able to move in the right direction. If you take what is the importance of China to us? China is the fastest growing economy in the world. 1/5 of the global population is there. It is now emerging as the third largest economy in the world. So if you are like Ghana, you need to be able to find out what is happening in China and to be able to link up to China. China's development so far is that it's an economy that is largely an outsourcing economy. It is said about 70% of the electrical manufacturing goods that are being produced in China are being produced effectively by European, Taiwanese, Hong Kongese owned companies. China does not yet have a global brand, but give China 10-20 years, maybe the global brands become, and this global financial crisis gives China the opportunity to look inwards and develop their own brand. And if the West makes the mistake of protectionism, this will give China even a bigger opportunity to develop their internal market, which is really tremendous. And it will give us the opportunity also to connect to China without necessarily waiting for the Western trade to be pulling China before we benefit. And the important thing about China is also that their development experience, unlike even the Asian target, is very fresh. There are Chinese who are 30, 40 years who are involved in the development. And therefore, if you are dealing with the Chinese, you have people who have first-hand experience. It's not like even Korea and Taiwan, where they are 70-year-olds you have to be learning from. It's not like Europe, where you have to read the history books. That's what was actually happening. So linking with China gets us into first-hand experience with people who are experienced development. The development experience of China is very fresh, and we can learn from them. What lessons can we learn from China in terms of the private-public partnership arrangements, public sector-led development? What can we learn? Because we've been used to the Bretton Woods experience of private sector, and China has a very interesting experiment. And if you get to China, it's very interesting. The debate that goes on within the academy is amazing. The debate, hard debate, goes on there within the among the intelligentsia, and these are things we also can learn from. And then, what development opportunities are there in China? These papers are going to show us what development opportunities are there. If you take the supply-demand chain in China, what can Ghana do? If China has become the world's manufacturing factory, who is going to feed the Chinese? We have land, we have water. What can we do to be able to link up to China? I once asked a Chilean, the Chilean Minister for Finance, who really pioneered Chile into becoming an emerging economy. And I said, if we want to stop inflation, what do we do? Do we take the swim or sink attitude? And he said, look, yes, but before you jump, make sure that there's water in the pool. And I'm sure that what we are going to do now is to make sure that we know exactly what is happening in China. There will be theoretical exposures by gas, for example, but I'm also happy that His Excellency Mr. Paradonko is here, our former ambassador to China. He has the practical experience, because sometimes with the Chinese, it's very much personal relations play a very important part. You know, it's not the contract you write a paper on, but relationship is very, very important. And when you are in China and you stand in Beijing, the big highways, one thing which is very impressive is that it's so much like America, it isn't funny. You take the roads, you are in China, you see road signs in English. In German, if you don't speak German, forget about it, you don't know where you are going. And you see the big high roads, and about 5 o'clock, 5:30, the bicycles coming like a wave, and you see all these young Chinese girls in the latest fashions, and the things are cheap. Why are they cheap? the productivity levels of the Chinese are unparalleled in history. In the US, during their awakening, when they built the Erie canals, and the Chinese have also built their